Yes, people, welcome back to Normski TV and the match reaction of the Champions League draw. Well, say Champions League draw game where we faced Girona, Arsenal 2, Girona 1, or if you want to put it the right way round, Girona 1, Arsenal 2. We go away to Girona and win that game 2-1. Now, it could have been a little bit sticky, people, because, bro, I need to ask a question. What is Neto doing? And we will come to him in a minute. But listen, the team, and I was actually quite surprised actually to see Neto starting for us. And I just hearing that Raya has got a knock. He's not even in the side, and Tommy Setford was the second keeper or third choice keeper that was on the bench for us this evening. Or should I say, what time is it now? This morning. So yeah, I'm recording this at 20 past 12 in the morning. Yeah, so we have a team that was, quite a few changes. Sterling coming in, Trossard, playing up front, Moreno, Jorginho, Odegaard, Calafiori, Gabriel, Kivior, Partey again at right back. And then Ethan Manrieri, who I thought was definitely our man of the match. And what a game he has. Fantastic goal that he took, cutting inside on his left foot and putting it away. Saka-esque goal. But listen, this guy is improving every time he comes on. It's his first Champions League goal. And that is absolutely fantastic for him going forward. That's going to give his confidence a boost. And so, big up to him. But listen, let's talk about the game quickly. As I say, we go away to Girona. They're not doing too well in the domestic league, and they're obviously not doing well in the Champions League because they're obviously out now. We was at the time coming into the game, it was third place versus 31st place or something like that. And not gonna lie, the game as usual. It felt like a end of season game or a pre-season game. Girona didn't have nothing to lose, because they're basically out. And Arsenal, we play our normal, slow, lethargic football, which is, again, I hate to say it, I sound like a scratch record, but as usual, sideways, backwards, and Moreno's probably the biggest culprit for this, because this guy just loves a backward pass. Not only does he love a backward pass, people, this guy loves to fall on the floor. This guy is 6'2", 6'3", big lump, and this guy keeps falling on the floor. I don't know if there's something wrong with his balance or what, but bro, I'm going to call him the lawnmower from now on because this guy loves to eat up the grass on the floor. Yeah, and I'm not talking about running because he has not got no pace about him whatsoever. Very weak, mentally and physically, and that goes for Odegaard as well. Got pushed off the ball in the second half, almost led to what was a goal but was ruled offside, and that started from him losing the ball and getting pushed off the ball so easily. Odegaard is not strong at all, mate. And he's not captain material, man. You've got to give this captaincy to Gabriel Magalhaes. This guy is captain material, people. But yet again, the midfield, Jorginho just kept it ticking over, got the penalty, took it well. But Moreno and Odegaard, man, seriously, Moreno, I just don't know why we spent that 30+ million on this guy. I don't know what he does. I keep saying I don't know what he is. Is he a doorstop? What does he do? What does he do for this team? I haven't got a clue. Sterling just feels so sorry for this guy. The guy, picks up the ball, runs at the players, but what lets him down is basically the final pass, the final end product. Is either, running into the player or he's releasing the ball at the wrong time. He had the chance to score a penalty, and I knew it watching it. You could see it in his face. I thought, well, listen, if he misses this penalty, this just really sums up his career at Arsenal. And he just so, I wouldn't say unlucky because that's not the right word. I just don't. He's trying his best. But it just ain't happening for him. You know, this guy has been sort of playing professional football from the age of 16 to what is 29 now. It's a long time. It's very hard for Aleppo to change their spots, you know what I'm saying? And he's given his best. He's scored loads of goals in the Premier League for Liverpool, for Man City, you know, and obviously, you know, going to Chelsea. But Mariska, obviously, when he come in, didn't seem as being in his plans. And that's why we've ended up getting him on deadline day in the summer transfer window, and he just has not worked out for Sterling. Arteta's definitely not getting the best out of this guy. We have not seen the best of this guy, and I think really, you know, this guy should really, you know, when he does go back to Chelsea, just go find a Saudi club, enjoy yourself out there, because really now, footballing wise, it really has gone downhill, people. It really has gone downhill. Calafiori, one thing I like about Calafiori is that he's a very good ball carrier in terms of progressing up the field with the ball. But his defensive duty is still a bit suspect. But, you know, this man is taking shots from outside the box. So, you know, I think sometimes he's got a better shot on him than Havertz. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if anybody's likely to score, it's Calafiori. But yeah, you know, he had an okay game. Gabriel, as usual, you know, I mean, his solid self. Kivior, just he's not up to it. You know what I mean? This is a guy that, you know, I mean, looks like he's going to stay with us because there's no rumors of him leaving and going anywhere. There was a number of clubs that were interested in him in the summer, but it looks like he's going to be staying. But, you know, when you look at the second string team, there's such a massive drop off. You know what I mean? It's such a massive drop off. Kivior coming in for Saliba, and I'm glad Saliba was kept on the bench, because I remember seeing him in the Wolves game and he didn't look, you know, on it. You know what I mean? He just didn't look right. So I'm glad that he didn't bring him on and he's rested him. Partey came off and Timber came on for Partey in that right back position. And the goal, listen, the goal that came from their player, what's his name? Danjuma. You know, the ball was played to him, and I thought when he picked up the ball, it looked like he was offside, but their semi-automated offside thing saw that Calafiori was keeping him in. Now, for me, I'll need to ask this question: what was Neto doing 15 yards outside his box? Not only that, the guy was trying to save it with his hands. I'm so glad that he did not touch it with his hands, because if he did that, this guy would have got sent off and would have been playing with 10 men. Yeah. What is he doing 15 yards outside? It would have just been better if he just stayed inside his 18 yards box, yeah, or whatever, in his area, yeah, rather than coming out. Just a rush of blood. And I know, you know, Rare does it as well. And it looks like this is an instruction from Arteta, you know, having that, you know, that the sweeper keeper, having an extra man, you know, on the outfield. But bro, he did not need to come out. And as a result of that, you know, Danjuma, who, you know, beats Partey hands down, you know, Julius, you know, wraps the ball around him. And it's like, oh my God, here we go. We're losing to Girona. You know what I mean? Even though we're through, but we're losing to Girona. So listen, you know, we get the penalty. Where Thomas Partey makes a run into the box, and he's caught by one of the defenders, and Georgina steps up and scores the penalty to make it 2-1. We could have, as I said, we could have made it 3-1 with the handball. The ball was given to Sterling, as I said. You know, it's a nice gesture, but unfortunately, he didn't have the confidence to put it away. Listen, we've got a game coming up on Sunday, big Super Sunday. Listen, Man City beat Club Bruges, come from behind to beat Club Bruges 3-1. Savinho getting a goal. I can't remember who the other people that scored, but I know obviously they're through to the playoff stages, and so they're gonna. I'm not just sure who they're gonna end up playing in the playoffs. I'm hearing it could be Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, but I'm not too sure. As for us, we're through to last day. Who we could possibly? Apparently, we could be playing 2 Dutch teams, PSV, and who's the other team? I can't remember the other two. There's PSV. Um, who was the other team? I can't remember the other team, but I think Juventus and Inter Milan might be the other team that we might be playing. But don't quote me on that because I haven't looked yet. I just kind of saw something, but I'm not definitely sure about that. But listen, we'll see the draw on Friday. I think the draw is going to take place on Friday, so we'll get an idea. I think it's 2 Dutch teams and 2 Italian teams, if my memory serves me right, but I can't remember who they are. Listen, it's late in the morning, so you have to just, say late, early hours of the morning, after 12. So I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. And listen, bro, this team do make you sleep. If you want a cure for insomnia, yeah, watch Arsenal. That's what I've got to say. Watch Arsenal. A number of people did come on. As I said, Ewan Timber came on for Thomas Partey, Miles Lewis Skelly, who gladly has had his free match ban rescinded and the red card rescinded. So that's brilliant that he's going to be back. Kai Havertz came on for Leandro Trossard. Declan Rice came on for Jorginho, and Gabriel Martinelli came on for Ethan Nwaneri. He did sort of kind of tire towards the end of the game, Ethan, but for me, he was definitely the man of the match. Kai Havertz, he came on, didn't offer nothing. Declan Rice, come and does his usual stuff. Miles Lewis Skelly, comes in, do okay. Ewan Timber, okay. But listen, for us to go further, in this Champions League, we have to get a striker. We got to get a striker. And the thing about it is that, yes, we've been linked with Ollie Watkins, but listen, this is just, I believe it's PR coming from the Arsenal camp. We should have went for this guy early on in the window. And now we're going at this late stage. At this late stage, we're now trying to go and pull Ollie Watkins, who is apparently, he scored, I don't know if there's a couple of goals for Villa tonight. I think he missed a penalty as well. But why are we doing it at this stage? But I look at our firepower up front, and it's not great, people. It's not great. We have to try and get somebody in. We need to get a winger and a striker in, but I can't see it happening. Now, we've got 60 million that we slapped down as a bid for Ollie Watkins, and we're going to go back in with an improved offer. So that tells me that Arsenal have the money. So listen, why not go and trigger Oshman's buyout clause? He's got a £65 million buyout clause. Go and put the money down and trigger it. You've got the money, but you're going to turn around. We're going to hear it now. We can't find anybody out there to improve us. Not only that, what we've got is a situation where, to appease the fans, what will happen is that when it comes deadline day, we did try our best, but nobody wanted to come to us. This is what Arsenal do. Did they really have an intention? Did they really have an intention of going for a striker? Well, let's see. We've got 5 to 6 days left in this window. We better be getting something. Listen, we've got a big game coming up on Sunday, Super Sunday, against Man City. They've got, some good players in the squad. Safinho, Omar Marouche, who, had a great debut for Man City. They've got firepower coming off the bench. I see this game. My heart says 2-1, but my head is saying a draw. Whether it be a 1-1 or a 2-2, I'm yet to decide. But listen, let's see what happens. People, thanks for listening. Please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new, and I'll see you on the next match reaction. Take care. God bless.